G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 22, the Start From Scratch series on Haut-Beyleron. If you remember last time we purchased a new field number 17, and if we just have a look here, I believe we are ready to harvest the grass. So we need to turn the grass on first, and yep, we're ready to harvest. But to do that we're going to need to buy ourselves a new tractor, so let's just have a look if there's anything in the sale first. Now, there's some useful stuff in here. A bale shredder, we'll need that eventually because we've got a cow shed here as well. And there's a tanker. We probably don't need that yet, but that truck does look like a good purchase as well. Now we're going to need to borrow a fair amount of cash here because we're buying brand new. Tractor wise, not really sure what we want. We want something that's pretty grunty, plenty of horsepower. I think this class looks like a pretty good bet. It's going to do the job for us quite comfortably. Going to be able to run everything that we have at the moment and more maybe. It's not too much different in the design. So that's 185,000, so we're going to need to go into the bank, and we've been working away repaying the loan, but now we're going to go back up. So we'll borrow 185, but we'll also a little bit more just so we have some left in the bank. And we'll go ahead and we'll purchase ourselves a brand new tractor. It's been a long time coming and we definitely need it. No number plate, and we'll purchase that. I'm pretty happy with that purchase. Now I don't favour any particular model of tractor, but I do like a Massey Ferguson and a New Holland. Obviously John Deere and Class and things like that. We'll try and get different tractor every time we upgrade. So we'll take this back up to the farm and we'll hook up the mowers and we'll get into a bit of lawn mowing with this new beast. Seems to handle the corners quite well. Here we are, we've got the front mower on, which we haven't been able to use since we purchased it because the old tractor there didn't have enough horsepower to run both tractors. So this is going to be the first use that we've had with both mowers attached at the same time, so quite looking forward to doing that. It's going to speed the job up quite a bit more. So if we press Control X, that will unfold both machines at the same time, and Control V will lower them at the same time, and Control B will turn them on at the same time, so you don't have to keep flicking from front to back machinery, which is great. Makes the job a little bit easier. Now this field I feel is quite a lot larger than the previous grass field that we had, so I'm hoping that we're going to at least double production of the bales, of the silage. So we were making around about 10 bales per cut on the last field. I'm hoping this time we're going to be closer to around 20. If we're more than 20, then that'll be great, because every bale extra is extra money. So we'll whiz around here. Hopefully this is going to be a fairly quick job. We'll get this done and see what we're left with. There we go, pretty quick job indeed. It only took half an hour of in-game time actually, so that's not too bad at all. But we still have to get the windrower and the baler around the field. I don't know if I'll show all of that because it might be too many time lapses or it would be a very long video. But yeah, fair chunk of grass in here. It's going to be very good. We're going to have to keep quite a bit to one side so that we can feed the cows. We do still have the field up above that we can use for that as well, because we'll buy young cows, so they'll only have to eat grass for the first year of their life, I think, and then we'll have to start making total mixed ration. So we will have to keep some silage bales to one side and also create some hay bales. But we'll put everything back in the shed here, and we need to get ourselves a water blaster at some point so we can keep our vehicles clean. But it's all looking pretty good now. The farm's starting to take shape and we're making money every year, and this is just going to help us to make more money, which is going to be cool. Alright, we've got the baler up, so we'll see how many bales we're going to be left with now. It's all windrowed up nicely. Like I said before, I think we were getting around about 10 bales off the previous field. So I am hoping that we're going to get around about 20. If not, then it's all good, but the more the merrier. Just whatever it takes. We need to start making some serious cash at the moment so that we can start progressing a little bit quicker. Things have been a little bit slow, but once we get going, we'll get there. It's kind of a snowball effect, this game. It's difficult to start, and then once you get going, it just money just comes in, and you kind of don't know what you got to do with it. You just end up getting land really quickly and heaps of cash. Alright, we're just getting the last of it now. Missed quite a few little spots around. Hopefully it's going to be, if we can go around picking up these extra spots, we might grab ourselves this last bale. If not, it just stays in the baler, so it's not really an issue. And we'll get it next time, but I've counted 14 bales, almost 15. So not quite as many as I was hoping to get all up, but still it is more than we were getting beforehand, so that just means that it's going to be more money. And again, we'll just sell them when the price is right, or when the time is right. We're making money out of other things as well, so we don't have to rush to sell it, and we're not really in the market for buying much else at the moment. Obviously we need to still buy some cows though, because I've just got an empty cow barn sitting on the field here. But I just don't think we're going to have enough grass on the field here to make up that last bale, but that's fine. So obviously we're going to need to fertilise this field ready for the next cut, and then eventually we'll be using the slurry, so this field will kind of be self-sufficient. Alright, just putting the last pallet of wool on. Time to go and sell this wool. We need to drive over to the spinnery, and again in the future I'm going to be looking to buy the spinnery and probably put one up on this field that we're on now, up on the grass, and then we won't have to first of all drive all the way to the spinnery, so there's a long drive away, and secondly, instead of just selling the raw product as wool, we'll take it to the spinnery, which will turn it into cloth, and then eventually again we'll buy the tailor shop, so the cloth will then go to the tailor and that will make clothes, and then instead of just selling raw product, we actually come with a final product, which is clothes, and they are worth far more than selling just straight wool or straight fabric. Okay, here we are up at the spinnery. I hate coming here, it's such a difficult place to drive around. Didn't really plan it out very well when they designed this, in my opinion. So 12,000 almost of wool, and that brings us in $14,000. So that's pretty handy. That's going to be what we go and fund our cows with. Should only be looking at us spending about 5,000 on cows, maybe a little bit more than that. So here we are back at the cow shed now. Time to purchase ourselves some animals so we can start producing something. So brown Swiss, which is the dairy cow, that's going to produce milk for us, which is going to be another thing that we'll make money from. So we'll buy 12 of those, and these are the youngest ones. We might as well buy them all young, and then by the time they get to 1 year old, they'll be producing milk, and they'll be able to reproduce as well, but we probably won't need them to reproduce. So now we need to figure out how we're going to feed them. Now we don't have a front loader on this tractor, so we will actually need the Massey, which is still up near the spinnery, and I want to try and get a worker to bring that down to the farm for me. So if you can drive down to this field for me, please. And AI worker target cannot be found. Okay, well, we'll drive ourselves down there then, and then we'll use our front loader so we can start feeding some hay bales into the cow barn, and that'll get the cows going. Okay, so we've got the hay bales that we took from the top field, so we'll just have to dump these off next to this shed for now. I don't know how many bales it's going to take to feed the cows, but we'll put what we need into and maybe a little bit extra. I usually just leave a bale sitting in the feed area like I do with the sheep, and then that will just disappear over time, and then we'll top it up. We've got this horrible lump in the middle of our cow yard, which is where there was a tree there before. I've tried everything I can with landscaping, raising, lowering, softening the ground, but I can't seem to get rid of that, which is quite unfortunate. But I have learnt now that you should always level the land before putting a placeable down. So unfortunately I'm just going to have to work around that lump, but I'll make do with it. It's not the end of the world. And I think it might be quite important that we purchase ourselves a telehandler for this cow farm. See, this bump's made me drop the bale there. So we need heaps of machinery down here now that we have cows. We're going to need mixing wagons so that we can make total mixed ration. So within the next 12 months we're going to need to save up for one of those. We're going to need a bale shredder. We're going to need a slurry spreader. We're going to need a milk tanker. We're probably going to get a manure pit as well. And we're going to need a manure spreader. So just in that list alone is probably close to $250,000, unless we can pick up most of that in the sales. But it looks like one bale has disappeared easily there. We'll chuck another one down, see how far that gets us. We don't have much hay available to us at this stage. Okay, so they've got nearly 18,000 litres there. How much can they actually hold in their pen? Yeah, they're about 60%, so probably another bale or two in here. So there's plenty more to do on this side of the farm here. Plenty of work to do, plenty of money to spend, but it's all going to come back to us as it always does. The milk alone will be quite profitable. So that's our number one priority, is to produce the milk. And also we'll have to keep some silage but we will sell what we can as well, because silage is a good constant for us, other than the eggs as well. The eggs are a big money maker for us at the moment, and I'm hoping that the milk's going to be just as profitable as the eggs, because each year we seem to make quite a bit of money. So I'm not too worried about the debt at the moment. So we'll just park up the Massey here, and we'll go and check the cows, make sure everything is all good. Seems to be. So yep, they're fit and healthy. We've got canola growing up in the field up there, so that's going to be ready for us soon. So all of that canola will just be harvested and kept to one side, and then we'll sell that as just profit, and then we'll replant wheat in that field, ready for producing more feed for our chickens. So there we go, we got heaps of cows. Not going to name them all. That looks like the straw goes into here, which we're going to need to figure that out quite soon, because we want to start collecting the manure, become an organic farm. But it's all looking pretty good, pretty happy with it so far. Hope you're enjoying the series, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. So like and subscribe and stay tuned for more. Plenty more coming on this series, so hope you're looking forward to it.